Okay. Uh, Hello, Boda and James. Can you hear me? Can you hear me just fine? It's already been 3,000 years. Really? What? Would you have like a time jump or something? Okay. 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 So how you guys? Okay. All right. How you guys been? How you guys been doing? Something to look forward to every week. Okay. Yeah, my life's been slammed pretty hard. I think that could be summed up to the simple term of I got too many games and little time to and very little time. Like right now, I'm currently juggling like four different games. Like I just fit like I'm on chapter 10 out of 12 on this, and I just filmed my review like 30 minutes before this stream, and so I'm just kind of I just feel like I need to get this review out a little bit early because I think I know how I already know how the original game ends. So I already know how this game ends, so I think I've played enough of this game to be able to give it an accurate review. On top of that, I started playing this yesterday, and then this morning. On top of that, I still have I literally haven't even popped this game in yet, and I'm only on the second dungeon of for Persona 4 Golden, so I'm playing through that game again. This time on PlayStation 5 because I played it on the Vita, and I have like 1 day a week to play games. So it was nuts. Like for the last 2 nights, like I got home at like 2 o'clock, like 2 o'clock in the morning, like 2:30, and then I was just playing this like for 6 hours. Then I passed out like just yesterday. Like I didn't sleep for like 36 hours. Like I got home at 2 yesterday, played Dead Space for 6 hours. So I got from chapters 4 to 10, and I thought maybe Brian and I should get some sleep. But then I was like, wait, it's 8:30, and Best Buy opens up at 10. So if I go to sleep now, I'm probably gonna oversleep. So I won't be able to go pick Hogwarts Legacy. So I didn't go pick Hogwarts. So I didn't go to sleep. I stayed up till 10, picked up my copy, played that for about 4 hours, and then I had to go to work. So man, there's so many games and just so little time. And I'm only like 4 hours into this game. And I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. Oh no, Final Damnation 13 questions, please. Let's have a good time. You guys don't want to see me go off. Okay, well, that's pretty much everything that's going on with my life. You guys can start throwing me your questions or just tell me how you guys have been. Or what are you guys playing? Like, is anyone else playing Hogwarts Legacy? Are you guys having fun? Like, I had this I got so I was so into this game. I actually had to tell myself to stop because we have to go back and try to get farther in Dead Space so we could do the review. And with some luck, I'll either get my review of Dead Space up either later tonight or I'll finish it tonight and then just have it upload tomorrow. So I don't know if you've seen the new named James Bond movie. Do you think they gave the character a nice send off? I didn't go watch that movie. I knew they actually killed James Bond. I wasn't interested in it, so no, I didn't go see it. I've not seen that film. I just knew how it ended. So it's like, yeah, they blow up James Bond. I was like, wow, why am I not surprised? So no, I've not seen that, and I wasn't gonna go see it. Have I seen the trailer for Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer? Yep, I have seen that. Christopher Nolan's my favorite director, so I'll go see any movie he makes. And seeing a movie based off the man who was like the main force of creating the atomic bomb is something I'm curious. I heard a rumor. I don't know if this is true, but if they did this, I think it'd be cool. But apparently, maybe they may have actually gone somewhere and actually detonated a nuke to go film this film. I don't think that's true. I heard there was a rumor because I know Christopher Nolan likes to be as authentic as possible. So he might have gone to some desert and say, hey, do you guys have just a regular nuke that we could detonate? I don't know if they would actually let them do that, but if they did, that'd be crazy. Hogwarts is okay. I'm waiting for the moment I get to the kill spell. What? What do you want to be, a dark wizard or witch? Really? I'm I just got to I think I'm on my second trip to Hogsmeade. Like, so I'm not even all that far into the game yet. So don't spoil me on anything that happens. But yeah, I don't think I don't need the curses. I mean, I just learned Expelliarmus, and like that is like deadly against witches. And I think I went to the Dark Forest and I've like fought like a couple of wolves and some spiders. But so far, I'm loving the combat. Like, this is if you're a Harry Potter fan, like, this is the game we've been waiting for. Like this does for like the franchise of Harry Potter what Arkham Asylum did for Batman. There's like no I'm already so excited. It's crazy. It's only February and we already have 2 games I think are game of the year, like quality games. And the only reason I would say that this one is a little bit less is simply because it's so damn similar to the original game. Like, it's crazy how little they didn't actually change. And some people might think that's a good thing, but I think that they didn't really add anything to this game. They updated the visuals. They took some elements from Dead Spaces 2 and 3 and put them in this game. They took audio logs and text logs that were in the original game and just made them cinematics, but they really did not add anything significantly different. Like, the weapons are a little bit different. They've been giving slightly different alternate firing modes, but I think like that's my only primary flaw, is that the developers did not definitively add anything new that wasn't already in the franchise or wasn't introduced in Dead Spaces 2 or 3. That's like my primary flaw. And because of that, it made this game very predictable because I knew where enemies were going to pop up. I knew which directions to go, and therefore it was not as scary because I knew what had to happen, and they stayed a little bit true to that. I kind of wish they maybe used my own familiarity with the original to kind of throw me off guard, and they didn't do that. It's like, oh, you're gonna go into this chapter and you're gonna go to this door, and guess what, this enemy's gonna come out that direction. It's like, yeah, I know he's gonna come out that direction because he came out of that direction in the original game. I kind of wish that you would like move that enemy and like put him in a different position. That way you kind of maybe caught me off guard because I'm expecting him to come from that direction, and what do you know, he's coming from that direction. That's like my only problem I have with the remake of Dead Space, was it wasn't as scary, and it was just a little bit too predictable in terms of the direction. But heck, I still love this game, absolutely. Did I hear about the new RE cinematic movie Death Island that has Leon and Chris Jill going? I just heard about that yesterday, that they're doing another cinematic movie, and apparently Jill's in it, and so this is going to be like the first time hopefully we see Jill in action since 2005, which is nuts to think about this. Like, I cannot believe it's actually been that long since we've seen the oldest version of Jill in action. I think that's crazy. And I think it's crazy how we're still teaming up Chris and Leon. Like, this is going to be like the 3rd or 4th time that they've teamed up. And like, for so long, they were always apart. Like, they knew of each other, but they had never actually met. So now that they got them meeting, we just have them team up every time, even though it doesn't make sense for them to team up because they work for 2 different organizations. Don't you think that's a bit weird? Look, man, I don't know if you can, but if you can, then I'm gonna use that. Like, what's my least favorite villain archetype? What do you mean archetype? What do you mean? Like, what my least favorite villain? I think the most cliche villain I have are the ones who think that, you know, humans are flawed and we need to, you know, evolve the human form so we can reach our full potential. Like, villains like that I think are a little bit generic, and I've seen them too much. Hey, what's up, View with Drew? Awesome name. How you been, man? Which weapon would I prefer to use? I'd be Leviathan Axe, the Spear, or Blades of Chaos. Ooh, that's tough. If I had to pick between the Leviathan Axe, the Spear, or the Blades of Chaos, I would go with the Blades of Chaos. Simply because I think it's the most versatile weapon. I mean, I love the Leviathan Axe, so the ability to throw it and call it back, like, you know, Thor's hammer, which, you know, I actually do have. I think that's a cool function, and I like the Spear because, you know, you can, like, no matter how many times you throw it, you can just recall it right back to you, so you never have to pull it. But I think that the Blades of Chaos just have more uses. They can be used as a close range weapon, a medium range weapon, and a long range weapon, and it allows me to get through the environment a lot easier. So I just think that even to this day, I still think the Blades of Chaos are without question Kratos' best weapon. Despite the fact, here's the funny thing about the spear. Some people have noticed this, but do you guys realize that the spear is actually the first weapon that's actually been made for Kratos? Like, if you think back to all the weapons that Kratos uses, he's always taken them from someone else. But the spear is the first weapon that was made for him. Like, the Blades of Chaos already existed, and they were gifted to Kratos from Ares as his servant. And then the Leviathan axe belonged to Faye. But the spear was made just for Kratos. So I think that's amazing that after all these entries in the franchise, he finally has a weapon that was made for him. I think that's cool. So I would expect, like, moving forward, like, the spear would be, and I think the spear is like the first weapon that Spartan learns how to use. So, you know, that I thought that was cool. What are my thoughts on Warner Brothers replacing Johnny Depp with Mads in the? I didn't see that. I didn't even waste my time with that. I didn't see Secrets of Dumbledore. I heard it bombed and it sucked, and it's probably the end of the Fantastic Beasts films, which is perfectly fine with me because why was the problem with the whole Fantastic Beasts thing is that they're trying to force Newt Scamander into a storyline where he has no business being about. Like, if you're gonna tell this prequel story, have it focus on Dumbledore. Like, Newt Scamander and his beast. It's like, why? Like, you're trying to force someone into the main role in a storyline that he shouldn't even be involved in. And I just thought that was a complete waste. So no, I didn't even bother. I haven't even seen that third one, but it couldn't have been any good. What's my favorite candy? Now and Laters. Specifically, green apple. Green apple flavor Now and Laters is my favorite candy. No question. Do you think if Alice stayed dead after Apocalypse? You mean the second one? If I recall, she's not dead. She was injured and then they cloned her. So no, I don't think Alice was dead. Did I ever go watch Stranger Paradise trailer? Yeah, I saw it, and I to be fair, Viable Strategies, I don't really care much for it. I can see why people would be, but I don't think that's gonna work for me. Black Wolf US, John and Albert Wesker both fit the archetype. I wouldn't mind seeing Ashura shut those idiots up. Yeah, I wouldn't either. Father Rebellion, you got Hogwarts Legacy? You're damn right I got Hogwarts Legacy. Are you crazy? Dude! Where the hell's my I should have put on my Ravenclaw. Dude, my wand and Ravenclaw gear is up in the room. Like, I've been sporting that, like, every time I pop this game in. So, dude, look where the hell? Like, it's like, dude, I got like chocolate frogs here. I have ever flavored beans here. Why the hell wouldn't I get this game? I mean, I would have picked this up at midnight if I didn't have to work. Favorite supporting character in God of War? Ooh. Favorite supporting character. I guess I'd have to go with I think Cindric and Braun as a pair. I can't pick either of those two individually. They just work better as a pair. They're by far the best supporting characters in God of War. So I was very sad when what happened to Braun. That really did hit me hard because I did not see that coming. What happened to him, and I was real sad about that. How would I rank the Daniel Craig Bond movies? Okay, I won't rank the last one because I didn't see that one, but going from worst to best, it would be Quantum of Solace was bad. Just bad. Spectre, Casino Royale, Skyfall. Skyfall, I think, is the best of the Daniel Craig films. And I've said, I think I did my own ranking of the Bond films. I openly recognize that Skyfall is a masterpiece, and it's the best James Bond film. But my personal favorite is GoldenEye, even though I openly recognize that Skyfall is a better film than GoldenEye. It's just GoldenEye was like the first James Bond film that I ever saw, and that established Pierce as my James Bond. But I do recognize that Skyfall is a much better film than GoldenEye. But if I had to pick which one I could watch, I would go GoldenEye. Even though I know Skyfall again is a better film, no question. Oh, so what do I think of James Gunn's new DC movies? Heck, I like how he has a plan, and it's a 10-year plan. I'm curious to see how it goes. I don't think I'm going to see all those projects, but the fact that he's established this is the direction he wants to go is something that the DC films have needed. A clear direction. This is the plan. This is what we want to stick to. We want to get it out. We want to have everything that we put out, whether it's comic books, video games, animated shows, TV shows, live action films, connected to this universe. That shows a level of competent thinking that I think we've needed for a long time. So heck, I'm all for it. What's up, Winter Ghost? How you doing? You're a Ravenclaw? You damn. I'll be right back. Damn right, I'm a Ravenclaw. Hang on. Yeah, man, you're damn right. I'm a Ravenclaw, man. I was sporting this all day when I went to Universal Studios, and here's my wand that is actually like identified with my birthday. It's a Vine wand, and I had a lot of fun with it. And I also did connect my Pottermore account to Hogwarts Legacy. I was actually shocked how well they did that. Like when I was getting sorted, it just went straight into Ravenclaw. I was just like, and then when I picked up my wand, it was exactly the wand that I got in Pottermore. So it's just like, just the fact that they did that, I thought was next level. I thought that was incredible. And I've been having so much fun seeing kind of... The funny thing is that when I created my character, I tried my best to make it look like me, but it ended up looking more like my brother. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he'll get a chance to play that, but just seeing me play as a character that looks like my brother, I thought was crazy. Let's see, where was I? I'm hyped to get it on Friday. Okay, yeah, dude. If you're a Harry Potter fan in any capacity, you're gonna love this game. I don't know how you cannot love this game. It's everything we've wanted for like at least a decade. Like this is the best content. This is the best experience I've had related to the Wizarding world since seeing the last Harry Potter film in theaters. Like it's been that long. I was trying to ask if Alice actually died and stayed dead after Apocalypse. Do you think it would force Anderson to be more creative? Perhaps, but who would the main character be? Like, I mean, would they have gone with like some of the main characters? Like, would they like? I know Carlos was alive. Would they have tried to make a focus on Claire? Would they have introduced Chris a little bit soon? Would they have introduced Leon a little bit soon? I think that the whole film version of Resident Evil centered around Alice, so you couldn't really move forward without that character. She was just so entrenched in that world that you really couldn't operate without her. That's just how I feel. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of Alice past the second film. I think that the first film still holds up, and the second film I thought did Nemesis pretty well, but after that, these movies just got less and less impressive. I know you said you hate singing in films, but would you prefer watching musicals that are dark and depressing, like Sweetie Todd? Sweetie Todd is like the last musical I actually saw. I did not see Les Mis. I did see Sweetie Todd, but that was like a comedy like musical. I thought it was funny. But yeah, no. The only movies I'll accept singing are like old school style Disney films. Like I don't even like the singing that they do in like modern Disney films. Like I haven't seen the film is it like Il Canto or something like that? But I know there's singing in there, and that was like enough for me to not want to see that film. It's like Disney songs in modern Disney can't even touch Disney songs in old school classic Disney. It's not even close. Let's see. I always thought you'd be more of a Hufflepuff. What? Me a Hufflepuff? Are you crazy? Absolutely not. If anything, I was scared. I was more of a Slytherin because like my favorite color is green, and like my favorite metal is silver. So I was very scared. I was like a Slytherin, but thank God I'm not. I would be very very angry if I was a Slytherin. My someone I know who's close to me is a Slytherin, and they're married to another person who I'm close to who's also a Ravenclaw. So, but they get along just fine. How would I rank the Robins? I'll go with the main four. Like there's a lot of Robins, but I'll stick with the main four. From my least favorite to favorite, I would go Damian Wayne, Jason Todd, Dick Grayson, and then Tim Drake. Tim Drake's my favorite Robin. Alright, where are we? Are we all caught up? Have I heard of Hazelbin Hotel? No, I have not. I've not heard of that. As much as I love Skyfall, GoldenEye is my favorite personal. Yeah, James. Same way. Skyfall, better film. GoldenEye, that's my favorite James Bond film. Have I ever played a Souls-like game? I think the closest to that I have played Bloodborne, but again, I don't like Souls games. It just felt like, oh, I got killed like 20 times in the first hour. Like that's literally how it was. Like I tried playing Demon Souls, died like 20 times in the first hour. Yeah, this isn't gonna work for me. I played saying Dark Souls, died 20 times in the first hour. Yeah, this isn't gonna work for me. Tried playing Bloodborne. Oh, I died like 20 times in the first hour. Yeah, this isn't gonna work for me. So I think the closest game to a Souls type game that I've actually played in like is probably Jedi Fallen Order. That's a Star Wars like Souls type game, but because it was Star Wars, I stuck with it, and it ended up being like probably the greatest Star Wars game I've ever played, which is why I'm super hyped for Jedi Survivor later in the year. I'm pumped up for that. I think the first film I watched fully was Die Another Day. It was okay, but not the best. I agree, GoldenEye was way better. A lot of people hate Die Another Day. Die Another Day is like a guilty pleasure for me. I can actually sit down and watch that film. So if you went back to Disneyland, would you make your own custom lightsaber, which you can do now? No. I actually do want to go back to Disneyland. I need to get my hands on a blue lightsaber. I don't own a blue lightsaber. I own a pink one to represent a friend of mine. I own a green one. I own a purple one. I own Mace Windu's. I own Darth Vader's, but I don't own a blue lightsaber. So what I want to do is I actually want to get Cal Kestis's lightsaber. I'm just curious on whether I want to get the Galaxy Edge version of that lightsaber or if I want to get the Saberforged lightsaber, because I think the Saberforged lightsabers are much more, say, like movie accurate, and they're not as like thick as like Galaxy Edge lightsabers. I think the only lightsaber that I feel needs to be thick is Vader's, because Vader has such big hands, so his lightsaber is supposed to be thick, so it can accumulate his grip. But like, I don't like my Mace lightsaber because it's so thick. And I know that Mace Windu's lightsaber is like a little bit slimmer, but that's about it. Favorite and least favorite Power Rangers villain. When it goes, I can't. Too many villains. Yeah, I couldn't possibly rank them from worst to best off the top of my head. I couldn't possibly do that. Have I ever seen Afro Samurai, or did I ever play the game? I think I watched maybe an episode or two of Afro Samurai, but I never actually played the game. It was visually okay, but I can't say I was like really into it. I thought you would have been more of a Dick Grayson fan. No, Dick Grayson's number 2 on my list. I like Tim Drake. I do like Tim Drake way more. Next question, Boda. What was the most epic boss fight you've ever done in a Devil May Cry series? Ooh, epic boss fight. What was it? Damn, that's tough. I think the one that stands up to me a little bit more was maybe the first Arkham fight, the first and only Arkham boss fight in Devil May Cry 3, because I liked how you could kind of semi-control Virgil. So it was like the one time where Dante and Virgil were fighting together, and you could like kind of control Virgil a little bit, like a little bit. I thought that was great. James, you was like, how would I rank the 4 Ghostbuster films? Oh, well, there's only 3. There's only 3. So I don't know what you're talking about. There's no such thing as a 4th Ghostbusters film. There's only Ghostbusters, the original Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters 2, and then Ghostbusters Afterlife. I don't know what you're talking about. There is no 4. So but I would go original Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters Afterlife, and then the second one. A lot of people don't like the second one. I like this. I like the second Ghostbusters a lot. Let's see. Black Wolf, you want to know my least favorite Power Rangers villain would have to be Prince. Yeah, I've heard that before. Yeah, a lot of people don't really like him. Next question: which villain do I like more, the Predator from the original or the T-800 from the first Terminator movie? Ooh, damn, that's a tough one. I gotta go with the Terminator from the first film. I like the Predator. He felt like a good hunter, but I think the Terminator had like this sense of invincibility that I don't think the Predator had as well. And I like, and personally, I just like how the Terminator went out in the first film, than how the Predator went out in the Predator films. But both of them are great. But if I had to pick, I would definitely go with the Terminator. I would be much more scared of the Terminator. I know I must have just asked this, and I know this is completely an stupid, silly debate. But which would I prefer, the Mummy from the 19? Oh my god, or Mummy Returns? Gotta go with the first one. But I like the Mummy Returns a lot. Like a lot of people don't. I'm curious why some people don't like the Mummy Returns. Like it's not as good as the first one, but like if like the first Mummy film is like a 10 for me, the Mummy Returns is like an 8.5. Like and anytime I see the Mummy, I automatically go and watch the Mummy Returns. Like every single time. Like it's currently out on Hulu. And anytime, and I always go back and I watch it like at least once a week, and I've been doing it for like the past month and a half. And every time I finish watching The Mummy, I automatically go into The Mummy Returns, despite its flaws. There's a lot about that film I thought was actually really good and even better than the original. But yeah, I would still go with the first one, but I like Mummy Returns. Not sure if you saw the Resident Evil Infinite Darkness, but do you think this was bad? Claire wasn't able to do much in getting kidnapped, so Leon has to save her. You guys hear that? There's like a baby crying his head off or something. No, I don't mind. I mean, Claire is a capable combatant, but she's not on the level of someone like a Jill Valentine or Chris Redfield or Leon S. Kennedy. So if any like main character would be kidnapped the most, I would say it'd be Claire. But Claire in some cases can't handle herself. Hellish Hero, what is my ranking for my favorite boss fight in any game? Okay, my favorite. I can't do a ranking, but if I can just go off the top of my head, my favorite boss fight from any game has to be the third Seymour battle in Final Fantasy X, when you're fighting against, I think it's either Seymour Flux or Seymour Amos, and you're basically fighting on the top of Mount Gagazet on a cliffside. I love the setting, I love the stakes, the music cranks it up to a whole nother level. And it's by far my favorite fight out of the Seymour fight, and I'm just ashamed that he didn't end up being the final boss. Like he has all the elements to be like the main boss of the game, and he's not. and you fight him 4 different times after teaming up with him in one boss fight. So that's like my favorite boss fight of in any video game ever. No question. I hate it when people pretend that especially bad movies don't exist. It makes them look cowardly. Oh, bad movies do exist. What are you talking about? I've seen plenty of bad movies. There's some movies I thought were offensive. There's some movies I thought were not funny. Movies I thought were a waste of time. Movies that dude, like movie 43 to this day is like the worst experience I've ever had in a movie, just because at least when you go into a bad movie, you have an idea of what to expect. Movie 43, I had no, like, they didn't even promote what that was. So I went in like not knowing anything, and it was like the worst, it was like the worst movie I'd ever seen, and I didn't even know what it was. And I just feel like everyone involved in that film, like they had to have been blackmailed, because I was like, because everyone, like, it's one thing when you have a movie with like a lot of unknowns. That movie was packed with proven talent, Oscar winners even. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing in this film? Like, did someone have some naked pictures on Hugh Jackman or something? Like, dude, it couldn't have been that bad. Like, who blackmailed you people to be in this film? Like, and then when I did some research on how they actually made that film, it was like kind of horrifying. It's like, and then the ending was like the most bizarre thing ever, because it was like the actors knew this was stupid and they just flat out stopped. And they kept filming. The actors saying like, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. This is stupid. And they put it in the film. The last time I saw anything like that, and I'm not saying I was a fan of this, because I'm gonna say this movie. You guys think I'm a crazy, but the last time I saw anything like this was in the Spice Girls movie, where at the end of that film, all of the actors were talking, saying how stupid they were that they were in a Spice Girls film. It was like they were self-aware of how stupid this film is, yet they still did it. That was the only time I'd ever seen anything like that, and they kept that in the film. But I'm not a fan of the Spice Girls at all. It was just like one of those a crazy a day as a kid. I don't know what I was on, but yeah. Next question, Zach Tarv. Not sure who you think would be a good ninja master, Scorpion or Sub-Zero, for teaching an apprentice. I'd go with Scorpion. I think Scorpion's a little bit better of a ninja. Marcus, what if Devil May Cry 6 had a new protagonist that was a female Hellbound? That could be an interesting, but it's stupid for $200. Are you insane? $200 for a controller? You're telling me this controller is a third of a cost for a PlayStation 5 console? Are you insane? And heck, you can't even buy this in the store. You have to buy this directly from Sony. Like, I've actually looked. Like, you can't buy this on Amazon. You can't buy this in any electronic store. You can only buy this directly from PlayStation. And they're charging $200 before tax and shipping. That's insane. No controller is worth that. I mean, you can go and get a customized, personalized controller built for you for like $100. So I don't know what they think this controller is so special about, but it's ridiculous. Am I a Predator fan or an Alien fan? I'm a fan of both. I like the Predators and the Xenomorphs. I'm a fan of both. Zach, but Claire got taken down by 2 guys with a taser. Well, you know, maybe Claire was just having a bad day. Like, hang on, let me go grab something real quick. Hang on. Like, I don't know. Maybe maybe Claire was just having maybe she was just having an off day. Like, I don't know. Like, we've seen Leon drunk. I think if Leon was drunk, he might be able to get jumped by like 2 goons. Like, I'd buy it. It's hard to take, but you know, in a situation like that, I'd buy it. Winner goes to US. I've never heard of movie 43, but that sounds like a whole new dimension of train wreck. It is, man. Don't watch it. I promise you are going to lose 10% of your brain cells if you go watch that film. It was the weirdest experience, because when I went saw that in theaters, it was like me and one other person, and I was just like freaking the fuck out because I didn't know what I was watching, and the last guy left, and that was only one of 3 times in my life where I had a theater entirely to myself. Like the guy left, like I should have left when that guy left. So the only 3 movies that I've ever actually gone to on opening night where I had the theater entirely to myself. There's only 3 movies. It was the 2008 Clone Wars movie. They came out in 2008. I went to go see that opening day, and I was the only one in the theater. The second one was movie 43, and the third was Abraham Vampire Hunter. That movie, I was the only one in there, and I actually had fun with that film. Which I actually read the book before I saw that film. Those are the only 3 times I've ever gone to a movie where I was literally the only one in the entire theater. I had the theater entirely to myself. It was a fun experience sometimes. Let's see. I know a match for Kasumi. Put her again. Okay. It was dumb for me to ask. I mean, I think Claire would have been able to defend herself given her training from her brother. Again, everyone has an off day. I mean, people who are heavily trained sometimes get distracted, have a bad day. It happens from time to time. Favorite film of all time, Father? You want to know? Easily. Let me see if I have it. Oh, here it is. Where the hell is it? What the? Oh, yeah, here it is. Yeah, here. My favorite movie of all time is this. About question. This is my favorite movie of all time, with only Terminator 2 and Dark Knight to this day tied for the second place spot. To this day, I do not know what I would pick between The Dark Knight and Terminator 2. I do not know, but what I do know is I would pick this over both of them. No question. Let's see. And Claire got herself into that mess. She didn't even have a weapon on her person when she was investigating a conspiracy. Yeah, I don't think Claire carries weapons on her. She's not again, she's like, as Leon stated, one thing I do agree with is that Claire is not, she's not a fighter. I mean, she can fight, but she is not a dedicated fighter in the same sense as her brother. It's like, Chris, Leon, and Jill, those guys are fighters. They're the type of people that look for trouble and go into it. Claire's the type of person who's been trained that if she finds herself in a bad situation, she can get herself out of it. But she typically is not the one to be looking for trouble. Like when she was looking for Chris, she didn't expect to run into a zombie apocalypse. She was just looking for her brother. So I think that's 100% true to her character. Like if Claire actually took on any of the definitive fighters in Resident Evil, she would probably lose. Like if she took on Jill, she would lose. She took on Jake, she would lose. Because they are dedicated fighters. Not saying that Claire couldn't take care of herself, but she probably wouldn't do as well. Marcus, I bet Fred, the movie trilogy, would be as bad, if not worse, than movie 43. I've never even heard of that, so I don't know what that is, but I'll stay away from it. Have I ever seen the movie Stargate from 1994? Yes, I have. I have seen it several times. If not, you should. What? No. With James Spader and Kurt Russell. Yeah, I've seen Stargate. I watched a lot of a Stargate SG-1 when it was on the Sci-Fi Channel when I was much younger. That was something I did with my family a lot. And Christopher Judge was in that show. That was the first time I saw him. So it's great that he's now Kratos. But yeah, that's where I'd seen him from. Any thoughts about the 2 Final Fantasy films, Spirits Within and Advent Children? Speaking of Advent Children, where the hell I put it? Here it is. I thought that the Spirits Within was okay, but it didn't really have anything to do with Final Fantasy. But in terms of Advent Children, I love Advent Children. I even have the Advent Children limited edition collector set that comes with not only the novel, but a copy of the script. The script of the film, and I even have the Blu-ray copy, the Advent Children Complete. So I technically own like 3 copies of this. I have like the original DVD version of this. Then I picked up the limited collector set, and then I went out and I bought the. Yeah, I think I have it down here somewhere. Yeah, right over here. Yeah. Yeah, right here. Yeah, Alvin Dream Complete. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a big fan of having children. I love that. Love having children. If I don't know, I feel like you'd need to watch with someone, or you'd get confused. Hey, what's up, JDS? How you been, man? Zach, you want to know? Do you think that Spider-Man would make Wesker angry with his jokes? Yeah, probably. But then again, Spider-Man is a bit of a smart ass, so who knows? That might help him. Night Slayer, what's a game that you bought that you thought was overrated? A game I bought that I thought was overrated. That's tough. I can't think of any. I can think of games I've rented and played that I thought were overrated, but in terms of me actually buying and owning it, I can't think of any. Bodo, which of these 2 films do you consider to have the most scientific accuracy? Deep Impact or Armageddon? Oh, that's a tough one. That's hard to say because I can't remember if I've actually seen Deep Impact come from beginning to end. I've seen Armageddon way more times. I've heard stories that NASA uses Armageddon to test their astronauts to explain what's wrong with this film. And I would love to see that. I really would love to sit down with an astronaut, watch Armageddon, and you tell me what's wrong with this, because I actually like Armageddon. I think, like, as a film, it's very entertaining. Like, I don't know much about the science, but like the story itself and the characters, I really like that film. But I acknowledge that a lot of people in the science community think that there's a lot of problems with it, and I'd love to know in depth what's wrong. So I can't really comment on the scientific accuracy because I don't know. I don't know that much about space travel and being an astronaut. So I can't say, but I can say that I thoroughly enjoy Armageddon. Would you agree that the Yamato is capable of phasing through continental defenses and cutting through the souls? Well, yeah, that sword can cut through dimensions, so I don't see why it couldn't do that. I mean, it's not the Tenseiga, so, Zach, so do you think any of the Tempest crew would get along with Normandy crew? Absolutely. Why wouldn't they be? They're all good people, so of course. I don't think there's any real conflict. Do you have a favorite Nicolas Cage film? Mine is Con Air. Ooh, that's a good one. Oh, I'm a big fan of Nicolas Cage. I think my favorite Nicolas Cage film would have to either be. Ooh, this is tough. It's either Face Off with him and John Travolta, or The Rock. It's one of those 2 films. Con Air is a good one too, but it's definitely Face Off or The Rock. But I'm a big fan of Nicolas Cage. Yeah, he's awesome. What do you want to see out of Mortal Kombat 13? Hopefully that it's just a good game, and how are they going to handle Liu Kang pretty much rewriting the entire franchise, because I'm assuming that's what's happened. If we go off the canon ending, he just went back in time and met the original Kung Lao. So I'm assuming he's gonna probably maybe help train him so that he doesn't lose his conflict with a Guru, and that kind of rewrites the entire history of the franchise, of what we know. So I'm curious what they're gonna do there. Boda, what is my favorite member of the Phantom Thieves in Heart? Ooh. Damn, that's tough. That is so tough. Okay, hang on. You gotta establish rules. Like, I would say myself as Joker, but like, it's funny. Like, when I played the original Persona 5, I romanced Queen. I have a hard time memorizing their actual names, so I just go by their code names. It's like I thought about romancing Panther, but she looked too much like a friend of mine who did a cosplay of her, so I just said no, I'll romance Queen. And then when Royal came out, I instantly want to romance Scarlet. So it's tough. So it's like it's a mixture between Queen and Scarlet. But I think I'm leaning a little bit much towards Scarlet because, personally, for anyone who doesn't know me, I think I've said this many times, I find redheads to be the single most attractive type of woman on the planet. Like, I'll take a redhead over any other type of woman, and it's not even a competition. Like, no question. Like I have, like, a girl as my screensaver, and she's a redhead. I'm not going to say who she is, but, like, that's how much I love redheads. It's not even close. So the second I saw Scarlet, I was like, that's who I'm romancing. Like instantly. And I love how her and Joker have a finishing move together. I love that about Persona 4 Royal. So, like, the minute I saw that, I was like, I'm going for her. I'm going for her. Zach, I think Cora would not get along with Ashley. Really? Really? I see what you mean, but I think they might have maybe a little bit conflicts, but I think they could work together pretty well. They both are pretty disciplined combatants, I would say. Thoughts on Nick Cage Ghost Rider movies? As crazy as this sounds, I actually like the second one a little bit more. I thought they weren't they weren't great films, but they were like I won't say they were like awful. They weren't great, but they were entertaining. They had an entertaining factor, and I actually liked the second one a little bit more. Marcus, considering that you have lightsabers, which lightsaber would you like to practice? Oh, it's easy. The lightsaber forms. 2, 3, and 6. Yeah. 2, 3, and 6. I don't think I need one. I would want precision, a good defense, and if I stick with 6, I already have elements of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But I certainly wouldn't want to go into Juyo. But definitely 2, 3, and 6. Let's see. Which, Bodo wants to know, which of these films do I think I consider the most historically accurate? The Patriot, Pearl Harbor, or Gladiator? As a history buff, I know that Pearl Harbor was bullshit. Jesus. I've had this damn cough for like a whole month. Like literally a whole month. Like I'm still taking medication to get rid of it. Like I thought it was gone by now. Oh dear. Oh jeez. Oh god, The Patriot is so bad. It's like we know, like I know the British didn't do half the stuff they did during the Revolutionary War. I know the Japanese did not shoot at civilians during the Pearl Harbor attack. I know this. And I know that Marcus Aurelius wasn't killed by his son, Commodus. And I know that Commodus does not get killed by a slave. Well, let me rephrase it. Yes, he does get killed by a slave, but it's not Maximus. Like, I know my history of this stuff. But Gladiator is definitely the best. But historically accurate? None of them. None of them are historically accurate. But, like, Gladiator doesn't need to be. Which is why I'm confused as for why they recently announced they wanted to do a sequel to it. Which I thought was weird. I was like, really? Gladiator 2? Like, and I've already heard, like, what the plot is supposed to be, and I'm like, I don't know how that works, but okay, is Ridley Scott directing? Like, who's writing the script? But yeah, like, Gladiator is an incredible film. Gladiator is in my top 10 films of all time, but like, historically accurate? None of them are, but Gladiator isn't trying to do that. That's the thing. Shadow, did you hear the news from new today Nintendo Direct? No. Some of my friends said they were like announcing like the Switch 2, maybe. But no, I haven't heard anything. Undisputed. Can I react to Star Wars Jedi Survivor gameplay? Sure. Send me a link and I'll do a reaction to it. I've been looking to do more reactions, but I don't know what to react to. Like, if you guys want me to react to a certain video, please contact me and send me a link, and then I'll do a reaction to it. Like, typically I'm like waiting for like new trailers to pop up, but like none have really come out in a while. So like, yeah, I want to go back to doing more reactions and rankings and reviews. So yeah, please. Let's see. Zach, remember Ashley wasn't very good with aliens back in... No, she wasn't very good with aliens in Mass Effect 1, but if you take to how she was in Mass Effect 3, she definitely got more used to that. So that's why I say that they probably could get along eventually. Like, yeah, I understand where Ashley was coming from in the beginning, but that's not how she is in Mass Effect 3, and that's what I thought you were talking about. Like, if you're talking about Ashley in Mass Effect 1 with Cora, yeah, there might be some problems. But if you take them at the farthest we know them in their own storylines, I think Ashley would be okay. My favorite is both Scarlet and Black Mask. That's a good combination. That's a very good combination. Who's my favorite character in Death Stranding? Definitely Fragile. Definitely. And BB, you know, gotta keep her safe. You didn't know I had this, did you? Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to Death Stranding 2. I didn't think we'd get a Death Stranding 2, to be honest. That was like the biggest shock when I went to the Game Awards. I really did not think we would get one. What would you consider to be the most annoying Pokemon to go up against? Whitney's Miltank. Oh my god, oh lord, did I hate fighting against that cow. Even after all these years and decades later, that I still get nightmares from fighting that cow. Oh my god, no matter how much I leveled up, my Pokemon would just get knocked down one after the other. Oh dear, that was not a fun experience. I think Whitney's Miltank has like its own meme and following of how difficult it was to fight that cow, which is why I always made sure when I got Chikorita, she had to be a female. Like, my Cyndaquil could be a male, my Totodile could be a male, but my Chikorita had to be a female. Always. Because then the trick attract isn't gonna work. And that would cause problems all across the board. It's even stupid for me to ask that historic question. I don't think it's stupid. I don't think you have stupid questions. You just want to get to know me a little bit more, and I appreciate that. Holy shoot. An hour's already gone by? Damn, that was quick. Okay, I tell you what. I'm having too much fun, so I'll go another 30 minutes, and then I'm going to hop on Twitch. Wait a second. Oh, God, this is the problem of having too many games, not enough time. Like I'm on the fence. Like, I'm like, I've already filmed the live section scenes for my review of Dead Space, but now I need to do the voiceovers because I don't have time to script my reviews anymore. But I'm like, do I try to finish Dead Space, or do I start playing more of Hogwarts Legacy? And I was gonna go on Twitch to stream one of these. I'm like, I don't know what to do. And guys, my schedule just got redone between my two jobs. Wednesday is the only day I have off now. That's crazy to play anything. I'm like, I have just so many things to do. I don't know what to do. Like I don't know if any of you guys are gonna join me on Twitch, but should I play try to finish Dead Space, or should I play some Hogwarts Legacy, or I don't know, should I finally pop in for Spoken, or should I play some Persona 4 Golden? Like, I don't know. Or should I try to work on my review? I don't know. Just so much craziness right now. Marcus, you would want to use forms 2, 5, and 6, basically like a Virgil form. Okay, yeah, that would be a combination. Have I ever seen the Angry Video Game? Oh, dude. AVGN? Dude, I've been watching him since I was in high school. Like, James has gotten old, and he's losing his hair, like, big time now. But, I was watching him when he was the angry Nintendo nerd back in high school. But, yeah, I've been watching him for a very, very long time. I don't get to see his newer videos as much as I used to, but big fan of James. Big fan. Nero, have I heard of the Hogwarts Legacy drama? Yes, I've heard of it, and yes, I think it is stupid. It is stupid, and I don't even want to entertain those ideas that people say, oh my god, this game supports transphobic, and if you buy the game, then you hate trans people, because the author said some things that might have been offensive to some people. It's like, just shut the hell up. Shut the hell up with that crap. I don't want to hear that. I don't care about any of that stuff. It's a great game. I care about the game. And I want to play the game. And it is a great effing game. That's all I need. JDS460, did you see the Resident Evil Death Island trailer? Yes. Yes, I think I did. And I think, it's okay. It's yeah. Zach, so what is your favorite suit and armor in a video game? Wait a second. In any game in general, or in a specific game? You need to be like a little bit more specific when it comes to that. And you want to know, you could do Dead Space or Hogwarts Legacy. Those games are good. You could finish Dead Space and then go into Hogwarts Legacy. No. Like, I'm going to stream on Twitch after this, but I don't know what to play. It's like, do I finish Dead Space because I'm on the thing is that I just don't have enough time to do anything. Like, that's something like a lot of people don't realize that. Like, the reason I can't do the Versus series anymore is not only that people don't watch it anymore, I don't have the time to research and edit that stuff because I've only got one day a week to do anything. So I'm not sure what to do. Like, do I start working on the voiceovers for my Dead Space review? Because I just finished filming the live sections. I already have the footage. I have more than enough footage saved on the PlayStation 5 for the review. It's just I need to get the voiceovers done, and then I can start editing, and that might take like 3-4 hours. But like, do I try? I don't like. I know how Dead Space ends. So it was just like, do I finish the last 2 chapters, which I could have done in like 2 hours, or do I start playing keep playing Hogwarts Legacy, which I'm only like 6-8 hours in. I'm currently at like level 11, and I'm going to Hogsmeade for like the second time. So like, I'm still pretty, like, I wouldn't say I'm like too early in the game, but I'm like pretty not even to the 1/3 mark. So that's my issue right now. How would you rank the Harry Potter books? That's tough. From least to favorite. I'll do numbers. You guys know what number each one is. So I would go 1, 6, 2, 3, 7, 4, and then 5. So Order of the Phoenix is my favorite Harry Potter book. Now, if we're doing the movies, that's a completely different order. So, best favorite chips, Doritos, nacho cheese, easily my favorite in general. But you could pick one from Mass Effect or any game. Okay, so any armor from any game. I guess if I had to pick an armor set, I would probably pick the shielding armor from Horizon Zero Dawn, because it's got that energy shielding that makes like taking hits like easier to do, so it makes you like almost immortal. Like you have to really screw up to get killed once you have that armor in Horizon. But I love it. And the funny thing is that armor becomes canon because they ignite like at the beginning of Horizon Forbidden West, she's wearing that armor, and like the first thing it says is that eventually the power the battery when eventually die, which is why you don't have that shield anymore. So it's the same shield that the past people that you see wear in the later games, which is how they're able to like take like they're immune to damage until you like get rid of their shields. That's that same shield that you had. It's just it's much more limiting. This is a completely random. What is my favorite fruit? Green apples. No question, green apples. What is my favorite jujutsu from Naruto series? I'm not a big fan of Naruto, to be fair. I've seen a few episodes, but I wouldn't say I'm a fan. Okay, so I think I am all caught up on questions right now. And it's 3:06. I'm all caught up. Okay. I thought we would make this last a little bit longer, but I don't know. Okay, but you guys in the chat, I really want to know. I want your instruction on this. Okay, should I stream on Twitch today, or should I just start working on the review? Because if I start working on the review, I can't Twitch, and I really want to get back to streaming on Twitch, but like, I really don't know what to do. It's like, it's funny. Like this morning was crazy. Like I got home at 2. I played Hogwarts Legacy for like another 4 hours. I passed that at around 6. I set my alarm for 9, but my alarm didn't wake me up, so I woke up at noon. And then I woke up at noon, went out, got something to eat, came back, filmed my live action sections of my review, and now I'm talking to you guys. But I want to stream on Twitch for a little bit, but I need to get my Dead Space review because literally I haven't had time to film anything. Like I haven't done a filming for a ranking video or a reaction video or a review. Like, I still have, like, 3 retro reviews I haven't even had a chance to do because, I don't have time to script my reviews anymore. Like, normally I would play a game, wait a day, script the review, film the review, do the voiceover, then do editing. But I can't do that anymore because now I'm working 2 jobs and my schedule just got changed. So now I'm working 6 days in a row with only having 1 day off. And that's not enough time to really do much. So, I got to make a change soon. Because I don't like how I'm working all this much, and it's taken away from my time gaming. Like I'm so far behind that I'm pissed off at myself because like Dead Space came out like a week ago. I would have like if I was working just my one main job, I would have had this game beaten in 2 days, no question. Because I've only put like 11 hours into this game so far. That's less than 2 days for me. And like I probably would be halfway done with this game. And then for Spoken, which even despite the negative reviews, I literally have not even popped this game in. I probably would at least be 20 hours into this game. Like I tell you, working 2 jobs and then trying to run a YouTube channel is like the most difficult thing I've ever done. But like that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm starting to not like it. Like it was not like this time last year. It's crazy. My favorite are apples and strawberries. Are you still doing versus battles? No, I'm not. I'm not doing that anymore because not because people lost interest in the series in the last season. Like the last season was like the last chance to revive it, and I simply don't have time. Like if I was gonna revive it, it would like be a one-time thing. Like I'm itching. Like there's one matchup I really want to do, and that's to do a fight between the Chimera and the Helghast. But I literally do not have time to like research and script and film. Like a video like that will take at minimum 3 whole weeks, and I don't have that time anymore because I'm working 2 jobs. James, do you think that the Star Wars Legends stories are better followed than the original trilogy than the crappy Disney trilogy? You're damn right. You're damn right the Legends stuff is better. It's not even a question. I mean, they stole so many ideas and then trashed them. It's crazy. You should stream Dead Space and finish the game. Okay, you guys want me to finish Dead Space. Okay, yeah, okay, so when I stop streaming in like 20 minutes, give me like 10 minutes, and then I'm going to pop, because Dead Space is already in my PlayStation 5. So I'm just going to immediately, my question is this, do you guys want me to stream with camera or no camera? I'm curious. Because last time I didn't stream with my camera. I could do that, but it's just like it'd be like at a weird angle. Like the way my room is positioned right now, it'd be a little bit odd, and I'm not sure. And I don't have a light in my room, so you probably won't see me all that much. Okay, so as soon as this stream is over, give me like 10 minutes, and then meet me on Twitch, and then I'll finish Dead Space. Yeah, okay. With Cam, why not? Okay. Okay, my Ezio versus Edward battle is what introduced me to my channel. I'm happy with that. That's one thing. I'm absolutely happy with what I did with the Versus series, because I still get people commenting, and I always respond to all comments on my Versus matchups. Always. I'll never stop responding. And my analytical skills to defend certain parts of those videos, it's still strong as it has ever been. Like, I have people still commenting me on my very first Desmond versus Cole matchup, and that video is 8 years old. I still have people commenting on my Raiden versus Gray Fox matchup, and that video is also 8 years old. I still have people coming to me from my Advent Children Cloud versus Zack matchup, and that video is like 6 years old. In Virgil versus... I have a lot of people come to me and they say that my Virgil versus Sephiroth matchup was far better analytically than what Death Battle did. And I did that, and the funny thing is that I did that video first, and I even said that they were going to do this. My video came out a whole, 2 years before Death Battle did that matchup, and I even said what they were going to do in that matchup, and it's exactly what they did. I was calling Death Battle out before they ever did that, and I was like, I'm putting this video out first because I know Death Battle is going to manipulate the matchup to make Sephiroth the winner, and that's exactly what they did. So that matchup I'm extremely proud of that I called that right. I wonder what you think of the Clone Wars era stuff. Was there any fights better in the original OG films? There were a lot of fights I thought were better. There were a lot of things. If I've seen all 5 of the pirate films, how would I rank them? Honestly, to be fair, I would rank them in the order that they came out in. I think the first one, they just got progressively worse. So it would be the first one, then the second one, then At World's End, then I can't even remember the subtitles for the 4th one that had Blackbeard, and the 5th one that had I can't even really remember what I don't even remember what that one was called, but they just got progressively worse. Yeah, that's the order I would put them in. You think Wesker could tank a shot from the Batmobile's 60mm cannon? I think he could. It would hurt, but I think he could. Wesker's a tough bastard. He can certainly take a lot, so I don't see why he couldn't. I mean, it's not going to blow his head off, and Batman's not about killing. So I don't see why he wouldn't be able to. Really? Okay, we got all right, let's try to get these last number of questions before I jump out on Twitch, but yeah, let's get a few more, and then I'll cut the stream, and then you guys meet me on Twitch. Literally, it's just I'm stopping here, heading straight to my room, turning on PlayStation, starting Dead Space, starting the stream, and then I'll probably leave a link on my social media outlets. So, you guys got any more questions for today? I mean, Batmo's gear always had ways to bypass superhuman abilities. It's not superhuman abilities. It's just you have to beat Wesker on a genetic level first. It has nothing. You have to remember that his abilities are genetic, and you have to beat him genetically first before you can even beat him physically. That's the problem. Death Battle Sephiroth versus matchup was so insulting because they downplayed Yamato. Yeah, I know they did. I don't know why they did that. Like, Yamato to this day is probably one of the more powerful devil arms. I would say it's like the last original devil arm in existence now. Like the Force Edge and the Rebellion are gone. Yamato is the last of Sparta's weapons that exists, and it's like you could arguably say it's probably the most powerful weapon in the entire franchise because it always came up. It always came up. Like it came up in Devil May Cry 3. It was the focal point of Devil May Cry 4, and it was the focal point for Devil May Cry 5. Like for a lot of reasons, like everyone was trying to get the Yamato, so that just shows that the Yamato is like so powerful. It could be quite possibly the most powerful of all of Sparta's weapons, even more so than the Sparta was at full power. Like that's how powerful it was. Do I still watch wrestling? From time to time. I haven't really been watching it too much recently. If I was inside an AC-130 gunship, which weapon would I use most? The minigun, Gatling gun, the cannons, or the huge M05? I guess I'd go with the mini Gatling. I guess I like Gatling guns personally. Okay, so I'm gonna cut it there. I want to thank everybody who showed up. Plus, even if Sephiroth Supernova had Supernova, it wouldn't be as powerful as Beowulf Punch. Yeah, I know. Okay, so I'm gonna cut it there. I want to thank all of you guys for joining me here. I'm gonna end the stream momentarily. Give me 5 minutes. I'm gonna start up Dead Space on Twitch. Hopefully, some of you guys will be able to join me in the stream there, and we can continue this talk while I'm playing Dead Space. So, hopefully, I'll catch you guys. And if you guys don't see me on Twitch, I guess I'll catch you next week for the next live stream next Wednesday at 2 p.m. So, like always, I want to thank you guys for watching. You guys are awesome, and hopefully, I'll see some of you guys on Twitch in a few minutes. So, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.